Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more X4 Kingdoms End. So today is the day that we flick back onto that main mission. I've passed the back end threshold. We won't go into details, you know, we don't want to talk inside baseball. But this, astronomical observations with Bozo and the other one, sort of the next step, I guess. We've already, alright, so let's go set to active. And we'll just do a quick back brief. We took the expedition of the people of the word or whatever, the Star Trek people. They're more like Phoenix Point. They're like a scientific undertaking of the great minds of different factions. I drove them out here and gave them a nav path, and they're sitting on this jump gate, studying it basically, trying to figure out what's going on here. These stations are under attack. Yeah, cool. And along the way, we picked up Bozo, who's like the only Boron from the core game, and the other explorer, Neela, something like that. And they want us to sort of start on to a next mission, right? This. Lines to the word are beginning the experimentation on the jump gate, and they've cautioned us not to expect actionable results too soon. That's right, yeah, and he was quite disappointed about that. This is tragic news, but perhaps we can conjure up another errand for you to keep both of us busy, okay? You see, ever since I first laid eyes on the Great Reef Nebula, I noticed some, shall we say, peculiarities. This discovery could turn out to be of significant importance, but I need you to independently verify that my findings before I act prematurely. Yes, so I can't remember specifically, but it was something like nebula pulses or something like that, not neuron. And they were synchronized to the order of 3 or something, which is, you know, reasonably beyond coincidence.
Engaged.
Oh, goodness me, look at that. That's cool. So, off we go, I suppose. We're autopiloting out to the Boron Wharf. Oh, I guess we just meet him there to trip this mission over. And then meanwhile, while I've been sort of marking time a little bit, I've got this bloke exploring down here. Does that mean the factory's under construction? Do we think? Or is it just time until information expires? No. I mean, it needs claytronics and hull parts. Yeah, I reckon it's probably being built. Medical supply factories, plankton farms. So this dude of mine, he's out there doing an explore, so that's nice. And then we've got another bloke. I sent him to do trade. Kind of looks like he's coming back though, doesn't it? Well, information. Right, so he sold those minerals, which is wonderful. Individual instructions. Reactions to events. Blacklists. Oh, that's cool. Default behavior, local auto mine. Which I told him to go to Morningstar.
Entering system. Great Reef.
Jeez, that threw me. Mine executing. What if I delete this? Default behavior, local auto mine. It looks like he's turning around. No, it looks like he's confused. Local auto mine or Morningstar. Yeah, that should work, right? If there are no active orders in the queue. Oh well, let's just see what happens. We'll leave him be for a moment because we're coming up on our mission now.
You have arrived at the precise position. Excellent. Taking measurements now.
Wonderful.
Auto.
No. This is no good. We will have to disregard these readings.
Oh,
Oh well. This shall not dishearten us. Assistant.
right.
Onwards to the next position.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Auto.
Tar, may I ask you a personal question?
Oh, here we go.
Neela T.
What makes you choose to remain out there? All alone in that tiny tank of yours? Are you not tempted to reunite with your kind? Now that we are reconnected?
Nothing.
It looks like he's got more tank than everyone else.
Myself, and to get out of this tube for once. But my work is simply too important. After
Hey,
years
look,
enslaved
he's figured
in
it
the
out.
service of advancing split weaponry, I now preside over what is quite possibly the most advanced scientific facility in the network. I am sorely tempted to abandon post, even if it is just for a little while. I would most certainly love to see the Great Reef in person, but ultimately, my work here is so much more important than my personal desires.
So what is behind your enduring fascination with Great Reef? If you will forgive my candor, you seem to be rather fixated on this particular system.
Actually, I was born there. Not that I would have any memory of it. Then shortly, after I was hatched, I was taken to Argon space.
But wait, that would mean you were released.
Yes, indeed. If the
There you
records
go.
are correct,
Cinematic view.
I'm 47 years old.
Oh, he's an old boy.
Absolutely incredible. I never imagined I would ever meet someone so aged and venerable.
I guess maybe they have a shorter
Taking time away
lifetime.
from my laboratory. While my mind remains sharp, I must exercise it for the benefit of all.
Yeah, right.
Taking the second set of measurements. Blasted photoplankton.
Oh,
Again, we shall try once more. I know I
blasted
wanted something.
photoplankton.
I can feel it in my fins.
I can feel it in my fins. I need to steal all of these sayings.
Our lifespan is short, at least in comparison to the other known sentient species. When you think about it, very few Boron of the provinces adrift will recall Kingdom End, or the benevolent leadership of our monarch. Yet,
Oh, that's a
ask
bit
any
tragic.
one of them, and finding a way back home will be their preeminent priority. How is it that we are driven to pursue such things, even on the thinnest of leads? Is this inherent Boron naivete, or an innate scientific drive?
That is simply our nature. We are
Yeah.
known for being pacifists and scientists. But underneath all of that, are we not first optimists?
I don't know if it's necessarily unique to them. If you were disconnected from your home system, there would certainly be a significant chunk of your population that would, well, I mean, not significant, but there would be a chunky population that would bend all their effort on trying to reconnect. Similar to these blokes. What's going on with this thing?
Yes, this position seems promising. Taking readings of the phenomenon now.
Whoa, hang on, what's going on here? Oh, I'm in Great Reef.
Curious. What? No, this will not do at all. Assistant, something seems to be interfering with the measurements. You must
Right.
get to the bottom of this at once.
What do you mean? Do you mean this giant bloody asteroid next to me? Oh, that's how I free look. I have to press it twice. Oh. Okay, cool. Now what is going on with this asteroid?
This asteroid is highly unusual. It appears to emit some form of residual energy, impeding the accuracy of my readings. You must destroy it.
Oh, you reckon?
What? Is that really necessary? Can you not simply account for the interference and adjust your readings accordingly? Or
There you
reposition
go.
the ship a little for clearer measurements?
Inconceivable. We cannot jeopardize these
Inconceivable.
readings in any way. There is no room for error or extrapolation. Everything must be exact. A controlled detonation would be the best course to pursue.
Okay. Why is the police on my radio?
Explosive bombs to detonate the asteroid. Allow me to drop some for you to use at your discretion.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
a word of warning. Do not let the authorities find you with this contraband.
On what? The police are on my screen. They're looking at me. So is that Neela T that's come along with me? Wait, did you just... how did you pronounce piranha? Try that again. Come on, we're all listening, lady. No? Okay. Alright.
Now don your spacesuit, assistant.
Oh, we go bombing now, baby.
Docking not possible.
Was it Control D? It's not Shift D, it's Control D. Right.
Mako.
Piranha.
Excellent. Attach several bombs to the asteroid now.
Oh my god, this escalated.
Asteroid.
Wait, 2 kilometers seems like a bit of a distance. In order to spacesuit bomb, you need to get closer. Bomb launch selected, cycle through, valve bomb, press K. Nah, stuff this, I'm taking the spacesuit. I thought that the reason I was back there was like as a sort of
Mako.
safety distance, you know?
Docking granted.
Cycle through available bombs with K. I'm not gonna do it just yet. Yeah. Game. Final launch spacesuit bomb with spacebar. Indicate with middle mouse button. Okay, cool. Sorry, it was locking my camera until I read that.
Asteroid.
Oh, okay. How big is this asteroid if the marker is in the center of it like that? Backspace is steady. Got it. Okay.
Mako.
Use spacesuit. I'd be curious because we've got quite a little following that are enjoying covering this. Are there other games that you would like to see on the channel in rotation? Perhaps, you know, it's always good to poll the people that are fans of this. There's no denying that this game specifically is doing fairly well at the moment. I know we looked at Spaceborne 2 previously, which is like a super janky freelancer sort of game that's kind of new. That was really good. I liked that actually.
Asteroid.
But I wonder, even things like, I know No Man's Sky's got the new patch that just dropped. I'm pressing K. Can I just, there we go. How many does he want me to put on? 2, 3. That's cool.
And detonate.
Detonate. Use space, use R, okay. Anyway, I'd be curious if people have anything to suggest. I've considered, as people have pointed out, it's unique to kind of let's play a game like this because of how fiddly it is. But I also have noticed some comments saying that they're happy that I'm doing it this way. I mean, there'll be plenty of people to live stream it, whatever. But, because it shows the true experience as well. I don't really do hyper-edited 10-minute clips out of 4 hours of gameplay. I would rather give the honest experience from beginning to end. I think what we'll do is, what I'm getting at is I know that this is a bit uncommon, but it seems to be working. And then that makes me start thinking of things like even Elite. And I've got Star Citizen. I just never played it because my computer wasn't really strong enough when I bought it. Alright, here we go. Let's detonate this.
Quite the spectacle.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Obliteration may have appeared to be an extreme approach to resolving our issue, but it seems to have done the trick.
I love his can-do attitude.
Docking granted.
But yeah, like...
Please return to the initially designated position at once.
Sure. But Star Citizen as an example is I've avoided. Only because I don't love live streaming. I like 30-minute blocks, even for my own personal sanity. I just prefer to play games that way. Do we have a marker?
Autopilot engaged.
But given how this is being received, there seems to be a base that are interested, right? I can't see why we couldn't do something like that. Anyway, my point is, if you have any suggestions of games that you want to see, and perhaps the only thing you're watching on the channel is X4,
Autopilot. Disengage.
I'd be curious to hear. Because we've got Everspace 2 going at the moment, that's doing fairly well.
Now.
Doesn't have to be space games.
This is... Oh my! Would you look at that?
Yeah? Pretty stars.
That is 5 magnetars, each rotating at a comparable speed.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, actually,
Wait.
This cannot be right.
Are they...
One
Is that
rotation
symmetric?
Every 1.884 seconds, which equals 1 rotation per 3.14 Fourier transitions.
That's pi.
Oh, you might not be following. Their rotational speeds are precisely identical.
5? With identical speeds?
That's not right.
But that is impossible.
Correct.
As we are observing it right now, it would be more accurate to say that it is highly improbable. Yes, the odds of this phenomenon occurring naturally are incredibly unfathomable.
Sure, yeah, so what are these, like installations, facilities?
From this position, their positioning appears oddly symmetrical as well.
That's what I was noting.
The stars seem to be pointing towards that blue giant. I wonder if... Oh my! The radiation readings emanating from the blue giant are incredible.
Oh.
Incredible. How?
They are oddly regular, in a manner that should not be possible. And they repeat, like a signal.
Right.
Could this be what we have been missing? Surely not. That would mean...
Really?
Did someone mean for us to find this?
Wait.
The
A
developers.
message written in the stars. For you.
Oh no,
For us.
please. Not meant for me specifically. But this constellation cannot conceivably be a natural occurrence.
Agreed.
Its
I concur.
existence is a manifestation of intent.
Yes. True. This is cool.
The Alliance of the Word still seeks a means to interface with the gate technology. We may well have just found something worthy of closer inspection. I shall forward these findings to Nomenclate's team immediately.
Yeah, letting them tuck it, Kurt, no.
Assistant, you should head back to the expedition outpost now. In the meantime, I shall apply my intellectual suckers to the details of our discovery.
My intellectual suckers?
Explorer, do not for a nanosecond think that I am not coming with you.
No, you're with me all the way, Neela. We're a team. Fly to Sanctuary of Darkness to talk to Numancret.
This discovery that you and Bozo Ta have made is tremendously interesting. I cannot yet explain how the two are connected, but these energy readings seem to be compatible with the jump gate.
That's a bit... I was going to say, how are they actually connected?
Tentative simulations.
It is a cipher, deliberately placed to allow us access to the network.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
I do not know whether that can be said conclusively. These are fantastical claims to be making without any weight of evidence.
Oh, yeah?
Perhaps the jump gates draw some of their function from anomalous occurrences, such as your synchronized stellar bodies. Or perhaps whoever built these gates used the blue giant as a constant point of reference. One that is detectable throughout key areas of the network and used for calibration of some kind.
Yeah.
I do not yet have sufficient data, so I hesitate to spring to conclusions. That said, your findings certainly accelerate our scientific timeline.
My computer hates this region.
Explorer, talk to me in person so that I may brief you on how we will proceed.
I'm coming, Nammy. We'll work it out, mate.
It is quite obvious why he is so hesitant to entertain my hypothesis.
Why is that?
I admit, it seems rather ludicrous on the face of it. But
Oops.
I believe he will rue dismissing the concept so readily. To encounter this phenomenon now, just as we are making our first foray into jump gate interaction, is a coincidence in astronomical proportions.
Skirt. So, how's old mate going over here? He seems to have figured it out. Right, he's mining an asteroid. Is there a transaction log up here? Automatically. What can you tell me about auto mine? Anchor space. Where? I'm presuming he's going to sell it on his own. Find, mine, and sell the specified resource without traversing any jump gates or accelerators. Yeah. So that should be fine. He's mining ore and he's selling it to this station over here for 58 bucks a unit. And what can he hold? Well, I think the units are 10 cubic meters, right? I think that's how it worked. God, okay. Sure. So we got $215,000, so...
Danger.
Let's see if he earns me some dollars. Pew pew. Well, this is exciting. It's back into what I really have been enjoying, actually. Like, I know at the end of last episode I had a bit of a rant saying having these little stories, as welcome as they are, and I love them, they seem almost at odds with the overarching vision of what X-Force seems to be trying to achieve. Like this giant simulated early, mid, late game built towards an escalating AI threat that has a sort of procedural behavior, and you having to work within a universe trying to work against it. Like, it's very cool, it's very interesting, but it seems like well, these little stories in the DLC are sort of a side project to that, which is kind of interesting because usually a DLC will be a side project or a mechanic or a mini game to an overarching story, you know? It's kind of cool that this has like a main core mechanic and fundamental construction, and all the DLCs just seem to be adding these interesting sort of little campaign stories that happen within the bounds of that major backdrop. So I guess as I talk it out like that, like, I'm not against it at all. It's just back to front, I suppose, to what most game models will probably do. That's cool, actually. I like it, because I think story is overrated in games these days, and AAA's mediocre industry has pushed us to that point. Like, to the point where, like, an example would be The Last of Us, that first game. When I played it when it came out, I loved it. I thought it was really good and really fun and interesting, but because of just how the industry has gone, trying to emulate it over and over again and reproduce it, repackage it, I kind of loathe The Last of Us, right? That's just one anecdotal example, and that's because of the times changing.
Disengaged.
Having said that, I still keep meaning to go back and play the new Last of Us remaster that just came out, because I haven't played it in so long, and I wonder how modern Scarlet, curmudgeony nowadays Scarlet, would feel about that game. Given that history that I spelled out, that it's sort of gone sour to me. Alright, so we're gonna
Docking granted.
Gonna dock here. So yeah, honestly, it's sort of a bit of a, it's in line with what I've been preaching for a while, actually. The idea of build a really good game first. First and foremost, build a fantastic game. And then worry about, like, I suppose, your narrative and all that secondarily. Which, if you're a writer, I can see that. I'm trying to... No. If you were a writer first, which that's the real problem, is writers infiltrating the gaming space, as opposed to game designers becoming a writer secondarily. Writing should always be secondary to game design. It's cool and it's important, but if you think writing's the most important thing, you'd be better off with a Netflix subscription than actually playing video games. But I truly feel that way, that writing, that writers have kind of co-opted the space.
Docked.
So yeah, there you go. I'm glad I talked that out with myself. I'm really happy that this game is just like a really solid, interesting game design in the procedural AI enemy faction versus the universe and all the moving parts. And then they're like, well, let's put some story parts in DLC. I think that's great. And I want to see more of that, to be honest. All right. Shall we continue? Well, at least for a little bit. Might quick save just in case. Oh, who's this bloke? Tup Mank Klasan.
Hello.
Oi! What's going on, Tuppers? Alright, let's go talk to Nam Tucket, see what he has to say. Whoa! Okay. Oh, I tell you what. It is fun dealing with like intellect scientist types. Like I said, Star Trek adjacent for the narrative, as opposed to killing, you know, we gotta kill the bad guys. That's sort of like,
there you are.
I'm not trying to be a wet blanket, but it's kind of nice that they're motivated by science.
Experimentation protocols. The science team is making the final calibrations.
Okay.
And, as you can see, the Alliance of the Word has worked strenuously to construct all of the necessary energy infrastructure.
We have concluded our preparations, awaiting confirmation to proceed.
Oh, the delicious, heady feeling of pre-experiment anticipation. But
He's
assistant, I would be surprised if our experiments here escape the attention of the Karg.
The Boron scientist has a point.
Right.
I shall defer to your judgment on when we should commence the experiment.
Right.
Shall we initiate proceedings?
Yeah, mate, let's go.
Science team, you have authorization. You are green to go.
Oh, look at this. We're gonna watch this picture-in-picture.
Uploading
So you're saying
frequency profile as signal template.
this is gonna upset the cucks, basically.
Oh yes, the change in energy signature is immediately detectable.
Indubitably, the signal you helped extract activated something within the gate's mechanism.
I can confirm that we can interface with the jump gate.
Oh, it's a
It
big
appears
breakthrough.
that we can input basic commands.
All of this seems to indicate that I really am onto something with the cipher hypothesis.
It seems that way.
The blue giant's radiation output acts as a sort of key.
Introduce energy now.
Affirmative.
Stay on guard, everyone. Explorer, get back out there. Maintain a secure perimeter around the jump
Yeah.
gate.
Aye, Nam Tucket.
Scramble. Acknowledge. Whatever this is.
I'm getting out there.
Cog, as expected.
The cuck are attacking.
And with
Oh, look.
such calamitous timing.
Alright, you want to talk about timing? Are you ready for this? We're going to stop there. I've run out of time. I can't go and take on a 20-minute space battle right now. Let me know if you want to see some more, as obviously you do. People are really enjoying this. But like I said, more importantly, I'm open to sort of suggestions. I can't curate everything, and I only add one game to the rotation every day. And I cover a lot of new releases as well. So it's occasionally there are little gaps in between where I can go into, you know, the older releases and have a look at them. So if there's anything that you think I should perhaps signal boost on the channel, I would be open to suggestions, especially from this new wave of people that are really enjoying the space content that we're doing at the moment. Anyway, team, might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.